Hey everyone, welcome to Mom Plays. I am Mom, and welcome to Skyrim Special Edition. This is a very snowy day here in Skyrim. And so you can't quite see the amazeballsness of this whole thing, but yes, we have switched over to Skyrim's Special Edition. The graphics are better. When it's sunny out, things are crisper and clearer, even on console. You might not see it quite as well through YouTube because, it's a little downgraded. But I record this at the max I can. Excuse me. So we are going to start playing with this. I want to introduce you to Samira. Samira. Yeah, that's Samira. She is wearing stuff that we're not wearing on our other character, Moonfire or whatever I named her. So I'll kind of show you. Not that. I'll kind of show you what we're wearing here. So we went heavy armor this way instead of light because for some reason, even with all my sneak and everything maxed out, apparently I wasn't sneaking well with the Nightingale stuff on, and I was dying rather easily. Like at this point I wasn't expecting to die like I was dying, so I got fed up and maxed out the heavy armor tree. So we are using the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate like we were, and the Nightingale Blade, and our newly acquired Spellbreaker. And it's been upgraded, so it's got better armor rating than before. We are also wearing the exquisite ebony mail that you get from Boethia, which our other character had too, but we were doing light armor, so we weren't wearing it. Well, this one's wearing it. It's my favorite piece of armor in the entire game. They aren't enchanted. I've been looking for enchanted ebony gauntlets and boots. Why do I have two pairs of those? Anyway, whenever I can find them, we will wear them. And the 3 dragon priest masks that you get from the Dragonborn DLC, Azadal, and I can't remember the name of the other 2, but one's a fire resistance, one's a shock, and one's a cold. We're wearing Azadal. I tend to be on fire more than I am on shock or frozen. So Azadal is what we're wearing right now. I also do have the wooden mask from Labyrinthian, but I have another mask, Dragon Priest mask from here that gives us like increased illusion or something like that, and I can't remember the name of that one. But we won't be using that because I'm not doing any of that. And then of course I have the Deathbrand helm in case we have to do any diving. So I have that. So that all should look the same. And then the other thing that I'm doing, because the only way that you level up in Skyrim is by leveling up your skills. So once your skill lines get to 100, you're done leveling them. Unless you make them legendary, which means you get all the perk points back and you start over again. Well, at level 50, why would I want to start over again? I don't like that at all. You should have kept the perks there and then put you back at the beginning. So you were leveling the line, but you weren't leveling the perks for it. Would have been a better way to go. Because I never feel like losing all of my perk points, so I never legendary anything. I see no point. So what I'm doing is I'm carrying the Champion's Cudgel from the Dragonborn. It was one of the first quests that we did that you get it in, and I'm leveling up Two-Hander. So this one has a 50% chance each for each element of fire, frost, and shock to do damage. So every time I hit them, they go on fire, they get shocked, they get frozen. It needs to be charged. Oh, look at that. We got an enchanting increase. 69. Yeah, so that, I figure since I'm doing all this weapon skills that I should probably level up Two-Handed, and that's helped me get to level level 55, which is what our other character was at. Actually, it was at 55. Unlike our other character though, okay, so I barely put anything into lockpicking. We went up to apprentice, and I am still carrying the Oops, I didn't mean to get out of there. I'm still carrying the skeleton key, which I will get rid of. I will do that quest and get rid of off camera because we've already done it, so you don't need to see it again. Look at the colors. Aren't the colors so bright? Okay, so my sneaking is at 100, and I completely perk pointed that out. My archery is at 100. I've gotten everything that I want. The only thing that I didn't want in here was this one, Ranger, able to move faster with a drawn bow. I don't care if I'm moving fast with my bow drawn because I don't move with my bow drawn. I use my bow as my sneak weapon, so it doesn't matter. One-handed, so we've maxed out the damage on it. We've gone to power attacks, costing less, which we needed. I did not do critical charge because I generally don't attack while I'm sprinting, and I did Savage Strike so that I get that cool animation where I decapitate people. Look at the colors. And then of course I did Bladesman. We have a sword. We're gonna have a sword for the rest of the time. That's how that's gonna work. No points into two-handed. I'm just leveling it, which means it is bulky and slow and a pain in my ass. Block, I went ahead and we still have a couple points to put into shield wall, so I effectively block, but I did do deflect arrows. You know, I thought I would go further up on it, but I don't know. If we don't get enough points, I won't. And the reason why is because I've got points in heavy armor, which is now at 100, so you know, well fitted if I wear all heavy armor. Now here's the thing, is that you have to wear heavy armor on your head. Well, the Dragon Priest masks I don't think are heavy armor. I think they're light, so I don't get that bonus right now. Oops. And then if you wear a match set, so I don't wear a match set, and less stagger when I'm wearing, is it all heavy armor? Only heavy armor. So the only thing I get from that basically is this. That's it, is a higher armor rating, because I have that. I like to wear the Dragon Priest masks, and so that's gonna kind of nix that. The other thing is that my smithing, I've put way more into my smithing, so I can improve the weapons that I have. I needed to get to 60 to improve anything magical. Well, all the stuff that I have that's magical is also ebony, which I need to get one more smithing point and one more level to put that there. And I really was trying to go Daedric and Dragon, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do that at this point, because it takes a lot of points to do this stuff. Obviously we did nothing in the magic trees, although we are doing some magic things to increase those just for level ups. That's it, just for level ups. We're not going to put points into it. So that's kind of where I stand right now. Yeah, so I thought that this episode we could do something, I don't know, I think it's kind of fun, but for part of the episode, I'm going to show you the houses. So, because we've done all the other DLCs, but we have not looked at what you get in the Hearthstone, okay, yeah. DLC, which is the housing DLC. So basically there are 3 holds that you don't get a house in, like you know, we've got the place in where is it, Windhelm, we've got the place in Riften, we've got the place in Markarth, we've got the place in oh my god, what's the first place we go to? That's horrible that I can't think of the name of it. It's absolutely horrible. Oh, here we go, right, Whiterun. And there's one in Solitude. So those were built into the main game, right? But there are 3 places that when they made this DLC for this house building, that the 3 holds that you don't get houses in, you could buy land if you did a quest for the Jarl where you helped out like 3 people in the hold. You would get land, and then you could build a house on it. And they're kind of stock houses, but they're still houses that you could still make each one different. You know, you have a choice of putting all the furniture in it, not putting all the furniture in it. I'm going to warn you, not all the furniture is in all the houses. I keep needing goat's horns to make chandeliers and stuff, but I've done as much as I could so far. So we will take a look at them. Now the first one that we're going to look at is right where we are. which is the house in the middle. So there's Hylarkin Hall, which is part of Morthal's Hold, and I can't remember, is the Pale, I guess, is it the Pale? Or is that where Dawnstar is? Anyway, the next one is actually, I think Winstad Manor is part of the Morthal Hold, and yeah, and Hylarkin is part of Dawnstar's Hold, which is the Pale. I can't remember what Morthal's Hold is right now. And then down here in Falkreath, you get, where's my house? There it is, Lakeview Manor, which I always thought was the best place to build. But actually, I also really, really like this Winstad Manor up here. But we're going to start with this one here. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, okay, I keep passing it. There we go. We're going to start with this one here. Hylarkin Hall, Harjarkin Mall, whatever. So this is my steward. Say hello,
I think
Gregor.
We may have a problem in the basement. Been hearing a lot of scurrying down there lately.
Great, I'll go take care of the skeevers. So I've got my stable, and I had him buy me a horse here. Also, because I put a kitchen on this house, I have a... What's the courier? Oh yeah, the courier stopped me right before I started taping, so we'll take a look at that too. I have a grain mill. If I put flour on here, it will make bags of flour. I don't see the point because, like I said in the last one, provisioning doesn't do you anything. So this house has a, what does it have on it? Oh my god, I can't even think. Alright, this house has the expanded bedroom on it, the storage room, and the kitchen on it, which are the three most boring expansions to put on here. But when you put two of them on, the bedroom and the storage room, you get this nice balcony out here, this nice porch, little slight wraparound that you can use. So it's kind of nice. I mean, everybody comes out here and sits, etc. You know, if you're just gonna stand there, you might as well make me some flour.
Nope, sorry.
All right. I also did the animal. I always do the animal pen. I always do the stables, and I always do the garden. So here's my garden, growing very nicely. So very pretty. And then if you come in, when you first make these, this either can be the small cabin like you saw in the episode before we switched over, where I stopped off at Lakeview Manor. It was just a small room. So you can not expand, and this would be a wall, and this would be your house, just this little room. But otherwise, you can convert this to the entryway. So this is the entryway. All the furniture you make, so you have to have iron and wood and all sorts of things. You know, if you want to hang up all these mounted heads, you have to have the parts.
Long life to you, Faye.
Well, thank you. I'd say long life to you too, but if you came with me, you'd probably die. Okay, then it opens up into the main hall, which has your dining room. And you see I still have my workbenches here because I haven't finished. Like in this corner you can put an alchemy table, which I haven't done. And up top, did I do it up here? Nope. You could put an arcane chanter here if you didn't do the alchemy and enchanting towers. Back down. So first floor, if you come in, and let's go, I like the kitchen. I really do like the kitchen, even though like cooking things does you no good in this game. Like there's no perks, there's no skills. You really don't need food if you have potions, but still, this is a cool room. It's got a giant fireplace right here in the middle, and then on either side you got a baking oven over here where you can bake stuff, and a lot of storage and tables and food everywhere. I like it. I like it. And the same thing on the side, minus the oven. So that's what the kitchen looks like if none of you ever actually built each of these, because like my first playthrough, I built Lakeview Manor. I put the trophy room, an enchanting tower, and an alchemy tower. No, the trophy room, an alchemy tower, and the bedrooms, because I moved my kids and wife there, and that's all I ever made. So until this playthrough, this is my third playthrough, I've never actually seen the other specs for the houses. So then all the houses have this room back here, which is just like a little, I don't know, sitting room, study room, whatever. I don't know. I have no idea why they added that. And then for this version, this is the storage room, and I just absolutely see no point in the storage room, because you get plenty of storage in the rest of it. You build so many dressers and nightstands and safes and chests. You don't need a storage room. But, you know, it looks cool. It looks like I hoard things, which I do. I do hoard things, you know, but to be honest, there's a chest, a table, a dresser, a cabinet, you know, another table, a couple of display cases, you know, and another chest. But there really isn't, like, for storage. This is not what I was thinking, but I think it looks cool, you know, if you like that sort of thing. And then over here is the bedroom, and I wanted my wife and children to move here. I was just gonna stash them here because this is not the house I use to stash all my important trophies and stuff. But when I got married, she moved them to one of my other houses because I didn't have beds in here at that point. Apparently they won't move to a house with no beds. So now they are where I don't want them to be. But anyway, this is the children's bedroom area, and this is ours, and I really wish there were some, you know, like folding screens or something going across here, because really, what parents want their children in the same room as them? I mean, what if I want to have the sexy time? If I wanted to have the sexy time, my children are right there. You. All right, and then in all the houses, this is pretty much what you get. If you don't build a trophy room, there is your you get 2 mannequins. You get this one, and you get the one in the cellar, and that's it. What else? Yeah, and then of course, if you didn't make the bedroom, there's 2 beds up here for probably the kids, and then there is that one there. Well, I did the extra bedroom because I figured I have a bard and I have a steward, and they're gonna need some place to sleep too. And sure enough, they sleep up here. So I guess it's good that I built that extra bedroom here. Yeah, so that is pretty much what this house looks like. So now you kind of know what the main house looks like, so we won't have to be like, okay, here's the main house, unless we have something up here besides Skyrim, you know, because, you know, we walk out onto the porch. Oh, almost forgot. Gotta look at the cellar, because apparently I have skeevers in my cellar. Cellar. Yeah. All right, so come on over here, and in all the houses you can build a cellar. You don't have to, but I just tend to build everything. You get a little trapdoor that takes you down into the cellar. And down here, and of course it's not done. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Oh, I don't want to use you. I want to use... Stab at thee! Stab at thee! Stab at thee! Where'd you go? Well, if you just touch me, you're in trouble, so stab at thee. Okay, so we got rid of our skeever infestation. You can see, here's the mannequin. So when you have your basement, you can... It's kind of like a man cave. You have a shrine base where if you have the jewelry and the correct ores, you can build a shrine to each of the 9 divines, which is nice. So I can come down here and activate them whenever I want, get rid of any diseases, you know, whatever. Which, just as a side note, speaking of diseases, so that I've got a little glitch going on. I am a werewolf, just like I was in the last one, because I don't want to mess with the whole diseases and having to carry potions of disease, cure disease, and do the shrine thing constantly. But apparently the game thinks I'm not a werewolf and thinks I'm not immune, so I have been grabbing bone break and ataxia and all sorts of stuff. So I walk into a town and everybody tells me I don't look so good, and it just ticks me the frick off. All right, so the other thing that you can build down here is in this half, you can build all your own armor making and weapon making stations, including the improvement stuff, the grindstone and the workbench. Oh, so did not mean to go in there. Yeah, and you also can put a smelter in here, so if you've got ore on you, you can go ahead and convert it, oh look at that, like this, into ingots. So nice. And that you can do in every basement. They all look exactly the same. There's nothing special about each basement. The only thing that's special from house to house is what wings you put on your house. So we have seen this house. So now we are going to go. I have to tell you that this is the worst bard in the game, this lady. She is so awful. When she sings Ragnar the Red, I just want to throw her down the stairs or like murder everybody in the vicinity. One or the other. Oops, not skills, not skills, not skills. Now we go to our map and we will come and we will take a look at Winstad Manor, which this house I like also. I like where it is. I didn't realize like it's on the edge of like a lake or something. So on this one you can build a fish hatchery. Although I don't know how that works because I've put fish into it and I went swimming in it the other day and didn't see fish in it. So first we'll take a look at the outside. Same deal. I have a stable which is much closer to the house than it is in that other place. I have my my animal pen on one side. I have my garden on the other. And you see they at least took the opportunity to make these like kind of face differently. Like the opening at the last place was like over here. And this one's over here, and the one at Lakeview's in just slightly a different spot too. So I thought that was kind of cool that it wasn't exactly the same, at least that part. But if we come down here, you see I'm on the edge of like the ocean or whatever, and off in the distance right there is the abandoned shack that you go to when you're starting the Dark Brotherhood quest. But I have a fish hatchery. I have like a little dock and a fenced off fish hatchery, and supposedly, do I have any fish? We'll find out when I activate it. I do. Let's put a Cyrodiilic spadetail and a Silverside perch in there. Oh, I only need to add one of each, but it took it anyway. Okay, so now I jump in here and I'm like looking around and I never ever see fish. And I go in here and you don't get fish out of it, so I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to be doing here. And I looked and I was like, well, do they lay eggs? Well, the only eggs you get in Skyrim that I can remember are slaughterfish eggs for alchemy, so maybe I need to put slaughterfish in there and they'll lay a bunch of eggs. I do not know. I might have to look it up actually. Alright, so let's go inside because the wings, like I said, I picked 3 different wings for this house, and this is where my whole family is, and I'm dying to tell them to move to the other place, but whenever I do tell my family to move, I either one kid disappears or I don't know, it gets weird. Can you help me? Look, that's my steward. Alright, so the hall.
Honored to see you again, my
You're
friend.
home.
I'm not home.
Did you give me a present?
No, I did not. I know. I gave your sister the Laffy Taffy or whatever it is. Alright, so the hall is the same. I'm missing mounted heads because I haven't been able to quite finish it off. By the way, this house gave me a different selection of mounted heads I could put in this hall, so I guess it switches that up a little bit too. I did make the alchemy lab in the corner, and did I put the enchanting lab up top? Yeah. Okay, so, and I put the enchanting station up top, so, you know, that is slightly different from the last place. And that's what you do if you don't build those towers. In this one, I did the library, the trophy room, and the greenhouse, which I really, really, really like the greenhouse. Look at this place. Doesn't that look cozy? And of course, with the garden outside, I can grow more stuff in here, so I don't have to do as much farming in the world when I'm looking for alchemy ingredients. So it's cool. There's like satchels everywhere, and you know, it's just neat and homey looking. I like it. So maybe I won't move them, but I really want to. Okay, so that is the greenhouse, if you've never seen it before. And you even get bees and torch bugs and luna moths and butterflies in here. So insects you can farm from here too. Alright, so the next one is the trophy room. And basically this one's kind of stupid too, because basically you can make trophies of things that you've killed in the world. Like you see, I've got a wolf here. I've got a snowy bear here, a mud crab, a red fox. What else do we have here? A draugr. You can make a draugr, and I did right there. Creepy as that is. A dragon head, which you know had to have the dragon head. What else was I going to do with those bones I keep collecting? And a, oh my god, a spriggan. There we go. So if you click on the, I don't know if it'll let me click on the bases now that I've made something on each one. So that sucks, because you also have the option to make a Dwemer spider and a Dwemer sphere and things like that. But apparently I can't do that now, so we are done with this room. This is how it's going to look. But anyway, that is what your trophy room looks like, and you can also hang trophy plaques up there too. Alrighty, and then the library. Now the library is a tower, so the first two rooms are 1 stories. The library is a 2-story, and that is all it is. It is just bookcases, you know, bookcases. So you can store all your books, and because I like to read, I really like the library. I like how they did it. It looks cool. It looks very cool. It's not practical for a lot of, you know, unless you're storing books, and I always do. I always keep books and store them in bookshelves. And as you can see, I have not even finished storing books in the bottom, and I can't tell you how many books I've collected, but this is what it looks like up on top. And then if you go outside, you can stand up on the outside of the tower. And there's like a little, chest and stuff. It didn't give me the option to build a chair up here, so I can't come up here and actually sit, which kind of made me sad. So alright, we've got 3 minutes till we've been doing this for a half an hour, so let's go look at the other one real quick, and then we'll end this episode. And I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun and look at the houses, since I did make all 3 of them different so that you could see the different wings on there. And you'll see, like, the loading screens, look, so much faster. Okay, so on this one, I got the carriage driver, which I don't need. You can fast travel all over, and unless you got this before you traveled to all the major cities, you don't need this, because basically you talk to Gunjar, and he asks you where you want to go. Although, Old Heraldon Inn is on here. Shorestone, Stonehills, there's a lot of places on here. But you know, once you have your map filled to a certain point, you can just fast travel. You don't need him. But he looks cool. I just don't use him. Yeah, he just looks cool. Okay, so this is the Lakewood place. Here's my stable. Swore I heard a dragon. I always get attacked by dragons at this place. Okay, you got your pen with your animals in it, like always, on one side, and your garden on the other side. See, like, here's the openings on the side again. And then I built my grindstone and everything and my smelter out here for when I was actually building the place, because I needed to refine ore the whole time. So that is why that's there. And then if you build the, it's not called a trophy hall, it's called the armory. You get, it's a 1-story, so you get a little porch. But since I have, I think, 2 towers on here and a 1-story, this is the only porch I have. And then of course here is my bard. And he's okay, I guess. And here is my steward. Okay, so let's go inside and we will look at Lakeview Manor. Okay, so you got your normal entry hall. You've got your normal dining hall. But for this place, we have an enchanting tower off of this side. And the enchanter's actually upstairs. So what you have is down here, you've got just a bunch of storage and maybe a display case where you can display what you've enchanted and all that good stuff. But then you go upstairs. Yes, you go upstairs just like that. Let's do that again. And what you have is some weapon and armor racks and some storage and a nice arcane enchanter and a bunch of strong boxes. Now, these strong boxes, I save my like my jewelry that is unique in here. So it's really funny. I did not know this, and I really wish I hadn't done it on this character before I started taping again. But the Ring of the Hunt, the Ring of Instinct, the Ring of the Moon, and the Ring of Bloodlust are 4 rings you can buy in the Dragonborn DLC if you find that group of werewolves that just like live in a overhang out in the wild. They have these. So the Ring of Bloodlust, while you're in your beast form, attacks you 50% more damage, but you also take 50% more damage, so you better kill them quick. The Ring of the Moon increases the duration of any of your howls if you've done the werewolf perks. The Ring of Instinct, time slows down for 20 seconds when you first enter beast form. And the Ring of the Hunt, your health actually regenerates, because your health does not regenerate while you're in werewolf form unless you eat people, and at that it doesn't regenerate that much. So this is a major ring, and you only get it on the DLC. So okay, so I tend to store that kind of stuff in there. Oh yeah, and there is a mannequin, an armor mannequin. So I've got the Mage's Guild robes on here, and the Mordecai, the Mage's Guild mask. All right, let's go back downstairs because we're going to go look at the alchemy tower. We'll have to go down in the back up. So this is the alchemy tower downstairs, just like the enchanting tower. It's a storage. It's just a storage room. Haven't finished it yet, but almost there. It takes a lot of time to finish these. You have to keep getting wood, and you have to keep getting iron, and you have to keep getting goat's horns and glass and stuff like that. So it gets old really fast. Okay, but upstairs, just like the enchanting tower, is actually where your alchemy station is. And okay, there we go. Haven't finished this yet either, but I store all of my alchemy ingredients in here. I've got a chest where I store, or a safe where I store the recipes and like the alchemy armor that I have and things like that. So that is your alchemy tower. And oh, I forgot to show you on the enchanting towers, but it's pretty much the same. You can go to the top of both the towers and look out over. Oh, look, our necromancer's there. Oh, you must die. Can't handle that. But this one, there's like no chairs, but the enchanting tower has a chair. You can actually sit out on that porch, which is really nice. And there's usually an eagle feather around here, because there's an eagle that flies around here, and he'll leave a feather with it. He'll like make a nest in one of the towers and leave a feather. But anyway, okay, we don't have time for that. We do not have time for that, Mom. Stop it. Okay. All right, lastly, we'll come down here, and off to this side we have the armory, and this is what everybody really likes. The armory and those two towers is like what I want to say. It's like the meta for the house building, because those are the most practical things to have in your house. And this one is practical because of the fact that you have what, six armor dummies you can put armor on, and there's nowhere else you get that. There's nowhere else. And then of course you have one in the basement, the one in the enchanting tower, and the one that's up there. So you know that maximizes the amount of armor dummies you have. You also have just a ton of storage. There's just cabinets and chests and tables that you can store in everywhere. So I store all of my unique items up here. I've got like Nettlebane and Staff of Magnus and Dragon Priest Dagger, beautiful. Staff of Runevald, the Targe of the Blooded, which is just, look at that thing. That is so evil. Would you like to be power bashed with that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And then over here we've got Volendrug Drung, which is Malakath's two-handed thing. And I'm so sorry. We might not have done Malakath's quest on the other character. I will look. Anything that I've done on this character that I realize that I've done on this character that I haven't done on the other one, we'll go back to the 360 and do it so you see it. The Galder Blackblade, Mehrunes Razor. I do not think we did Mehrunes Razor on the other one either. I will have to go look. Now I feel bad. Now I feel very, very bad. But anyway, so that is what it looks like when you get those wings. And I think we're going to climb up this tower, and then we'll probably leave this episode here, and we will go on our merry killing way on our next episode. Yeah, see, there's a chair here. It's all pretty. You can overlook this stuff. I'm going to go kill that necromancer, I swear. What did I knock over? Well, you fell on the ground, so I'm just going to take that glow dust. Oh, and I'm going to start a fire apparently too. This is what I hate about, the only thing that I really, really, really hate about this game is that, like, I knocked this over, now I can't pick it up because it's not an item that you normally could pick up. So I can't fix it. And I just want to say, do you see how amazingly astounding this looks? The definition. Look at the scroll work on the other tower. I mean, just amazing. It's so gorgeous. All right. We're going to leave it here. You have been watching Mom Plays. You can follow me on Twitter at ToniaTreese. Yeah, and we'll see you next time. Bye.